One of the top requested games to come to Ronin is finally live, and that is The Beacon. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the game, and then I'll tell you near the end of the video how you can earn right now while playing this game. If you're new here, please like and subscribe, and let's jump into this. So first of all, as I mentioned, this is one of the most requested games to come to Ronin, and they're finally doing a collaboration that's live now in the Epic Games Store. But let's back up a little bit and talk about what is The Beacon exactly. Many of you will probably be familiar with The Beacon. They've been building in the Web3 space for quite some time, and they actually launched their first prototype back in November of 2022. It was a 22-day playtest event where they sold off their founding character NFTs as well as their pet NFTs, and they actually had about 20,000 daily active users, and they did more than 2 million revenue in sales during that, I guess that's a 3-week event. So they came out of the door with a bang, and they've been building this game ever since. They've done a few playtests over the years. It's done quite well in the Web3 space. It has a good perception. And let's talk a little bit about the gameplay. What exactly is The Beacon? So The Beacon is a free-to-play game. You can earn, and we'll talk about earning a little later, but it's a fantasy roguelike action RPG at the heart of it, and they describe it as having MMORPG aspects. Obviously, I'm putting a bunch of gameplay in the background so you can see what this looks like, but you have to try it yourself to really get a feel for it, and the progression system is quite fun and rather unique. I really like this game, to be honest. It is something you can jump in, play for a little bit, get frustrated if it's difficult because it is a hard game, and then quit or just keep trying and grinding. And one thing that's nice about this is even the same dungeon every time you go in is different because of the progressive system. The actual upgrades that you get along the way are random. You choose one of 3 after you beat each stage, essentially, and that is a different order every time, so you have to come up with a different strategy, and the dungeon itself is different every time you go into it. The enemies, the traps, all that changes every time, so no 2 dungeons are ever the same. That makes this challenging, and it also makes it quite fun. I played about an hour earlier today without being able to clear the first dungeon because, in truth, I haven't played a lot of The Beacon. I did a little bit of play for their Rite of Passage when that came out, but I didn't play it in 2022 when they did the first playtest. If you're interested on the Web3 side of things, this is a game that's chock full of NFTs. The marketplace is a little disorganized. I'll talk about that in a second, but there are kind of 3 main NFTs you want to focus on if you wanted to buy something in this ecosystem, and that would be the founding characters, the pets, and the Rite of Passage NFT. They were released in that order. The founding characters are basically was an unlimited mint, and they allow you to change up your character and your appearance in the game. But if you look through the marketplace, there are a ton of other cosmetics for your room and for your character that you can buy as well. The pets that follow you around are also a cute token that we've seen in many NFT games, but these are really the OG collection. This was the small mint following the unlimited characters that kind of has held the most value historically for the Beacon. And then the most recent NFT is the Rite of Passage NFT, and this one got a lot of traction because it does have a dedicated token allocation attached to it when the token for the Beacon launches later, and this is the most recent NFT. There are a ton of other stuffs in the marketplace, but if you wanted to get involved, I would start by looking into those 3 a bit deeper. I talked about some of the things I like. Let's talk about a few things I don't like about the Beacon in its current state, and once again, this is a playtest, so it's under development, but the first one is right now the wallet connection, which I'm going to talk more about. The Ronin wallet connection isn't working for me. If I try to connect, it asks me for an email to create a new Ronin wallet. It won't let me connect the existing one. And I have noticed a few other people having this exact error in Discord. So I've asked them for some support. We'll see if they come back to me. The other thing is there aren't really any settings in this game. There's no like full screen option. There's no volume. There's no tweaking controls, etc. I don't know if you would want to do that, but it would be nice these kind of slice of life adjustments, or that's not the term I'm looking for, but you know what I mean, don't exist in the game because it's still pretty early stage. And going on with that, there is no tutorial in the game. If you want to know how to play, even though it is quite simple, you do need to go to their GitHub, which you can get to on their website. I'll put some links down below as well, and that will go over the gameplay and how to actually play the game. And then the last part that is a little bit frustrating at the moment, which I alluded to earlier, is the marketplace is pretty disorganized. It used to be on Treasure, and now it is on Magic Eden because of the changes that went through the Treasure ecosystem. And I don't think the team thought about the traits and attributes of the NFTs from a marketplace standpoint when they made them. They thought about them from a game standpoint, which is good. But now they're kind of just all clustered in one Magic Eden marketplace, and it's hard to find what you're looking for. Those things aside, The gameplay is fantastic, and I imagine that they're going to add the tutorial settings, all that stuff, later on when the game is actually closer to a full release. Now, how can you earn playing this game? Because I know that's why some of you are here right now, and I would kind of put it in three main ways you could earn at the moment. So the first one is if you can get your wallet to connect on Ronin, there will be a mintable NFT. And as I mentioned, there are a lot of NFTs in the ecosystem, but they have done decently well in the past. So that's something, just a freebie. If you play this, you could get something worth a couple of dollars. I don't expect it to go ballistic, but it's free money. The other thing is, besides trading and flipping the NFTs and that kind of stuff, we'll leave that out. That's something you could do on your own. That's not really a playing aspect. That's more of just pure playing NFTs. But the second aspect in terms of how you could earn with this right now is there's actually a tournament coming up after the playtest. So the playtest runs from September 4th to the 8th. I kind of imagine by the time you're watching this video, we might already be into the tournament. But they said they'll release details immediately after the playtest, and there will be 10,000 Ronin prizes. So you're going to be able to play this and compete for Ron prizes in the game. And once again, it's free to play, so you don't need to buy anything to compete and potentially win some money. And then the third thing is a token allocation. So they haven't released their token. Some of the NFTs, as I mentioned, like the Rite of Passage, do have a guaranteed token allocation. I think the pets also have a 1% guaranteed allocation. I have to double check that. I don't remember what it was, but they did have something. And we don't know what the rest of the allocation is going to be. So the best bet is to play this game, increase your level, increase your portfolio on the game, have actual actions on chain that you've done, and participate in the playtests. And there are a chance that you might get some free money in the form of an airdrop down the road as well. And this is a game that's pretty popular, could do well, who knows? None of this is financial advice, but those are a few different ways that you can potentially earn. And once again, it's free to play, so you don't have to put any money in. This is a short one because I'm only featuring one game, but I've always liked the Beacon, talked to the team several times, and now that it's on Ronin, I think it's a pretty big deal. You should go check it out and see if you like the game yourself. Once again, I'll put some links down below. That's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video.